This is the Nathan, Nat and Sean podcast.
Hi, everybody.
Morning.
We've got Glamorous in here today because the very beautiful and lovely Jesinta, I was going to say Campbell, but she's Franklin these days, joined us here in the studio.
It's a real, a tick in the box that the genetic lottery is a thing.
Yes.
Yeah.
We lost.
Yes. we
lost.
didn't even pick up
I don't think we got a ticket. We went in with a syndicate and we got nothing. Nothing.
Jordan Clark from the Fremantle Dockers joins us as well.
Yeah.
And Caitlin Bassett dropped by as well. We find out about her new gig with the Western Force.
Yep. And we talked to people earlier on.
Yeah, we did. We talked about super subs, actually, no?
Yeah.
That's right. We were going to how big your 6 inch is.
And it's a big day in my household today because it is my dog's birthday.
Oh,
We
yeah,
talk
happy
about
birthday.
how I'm celebrating that.
This is Nathan, Nat and Sean on Nova 937.
It's 6:03, Nathan, Nat and Sean. Welcome to Wednesday.
Yeah,
Hey,
good to be
Wednesday.
here.
It's not just any old Wednesday.
Yeah.
Today,
Yes.
it's a birthday.
That's right.
Yes.
JetStar are 21 years old.
Remember back to your 21st birthday, Sean?
Yeah. I never successfully got a yard glass down. You had to do that?
Oh,
Yeah,
I didn't
first.
have a yard glass at my 21st.
Yeah. JetStar's
do
not
it?
having one either because JetStar has to fly.
Yeah, responsible.
Yeah, I could do it. I was back in Kalgoorlie. You have to do it. You do it at a birth.
Yeah, no, I could
You did it at a baby shower.
We were born into a yard glass in which we had to drink ourselves free from.
So, to kick off
21st. This is great.
the birthday celebration,
Yeah.
we have a $250 JetStar voucher
Oh, they could have saved some money. It should have been 210, 21.
to give away right now. Right now.
Yes.
Well, I'm not giving out the number because I'm ringing first.
If
I
anybody
want
needs
that.
it, it's you.
13 24 10. Right now, we're giving that away.
What a way to kick off the show.
Right,
Just
call
like
number
that.
10. Call
Because
number 10.
You know
Happy
what?
birthday.
The early people deserve something.
Will they get the worm also?
I don't think many people are getting the worm right now. I don't think a lot of people want to wake up and receive the worm. Do you think so, Sean?
Sean begs to differ.
Yeah.
Or waking up with the
person
worm?
who's
Well,
got the
waking up
worm,
generally with a
person who's got
worm
the
on them.
Ah.
Just waking up and the worm's on you. It's like, you know, it's not,
No.
it's not a thing a lot of ladies are receptive to. Some men that are.
Yeah, I know, but you got to oblige, don't you?
Well-
Sometimes. That's a lesson for everyone out there in a strong relationship.
Nathan, Nat and Sean podcast.
We just mentioned it's JetStar's birthday.
21st.
We've got more vouchers to give away
great.
as the show goes on, so keep listening. It's also another significant day.
Oh,
because
what, I'll give away vouchers?
it is, yes, vouchers to my dog Lewis's birthday. He
Wow.
turns
Wow.
12 today, which is old for a dog. Like, so he's that's 84.
wow, that's
You know,
84.
he's now
When
into
we first got him,
mid-80s.
this little
Yeah.
like the head of a mop came in.
Yes, that's right. And he still kind of looks like that, but just older.
He's bigger.
He's still got a spring in his step, hasn't he? Big time.
He's doing pretty well. He's going deaf.
But he's
and
still
like,
ex-puppy.
yeah, sort of. Like, he can't jump into the car as freely. He kind of has to climb
so he's like
in
my
now.
mum.
Yeah, a little bit like that.
She climbs in like she's climbing into like, you know,
Yeah.
like climbing a mountain.
Yeah, so, and like so definitely, and so it used to be when I got home, he would hear me, he'd hear the car pull up, and he'd
Yeah.
always be bounding down the hallway. No, he's like I get home, he's fast asleep, and I have to wake him up.
So
It's like,
how far away is he from being on the porch with the pipe in a rocking chair?
he's like that's imminent. Like he's pretty much
So around the corner
now.
from that?
Yeah. So everyone's like, "Oh, you're going to do something to sell," because you don't know how long you've got them for. And
Yeah,
I think,
that's
you know, dogs can go down at this age can go downhill really fast.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
and I'm like, okay, so maybe I should celebrate him. And then I remembered what happened last year. So last year I did throw a birthday party for him down at the dog park with all of his friends.
Yep.
So all his human friends, all his dog friends. We kind of went over to one corner. I put on a little bit, you know, a couple of bottles of wine and some. I baked a cake for the people. I had treats for the dogs.
Yep.
So that the cake for the people, I celebrated Lewis in cake form, which was by making a cake that was chocolate on the inside.
Yeah.
But then I covered it in green icing to look like grass, because one of his favourite things to do at the park is to rip up the grass and eat the dirt.
Yeah, I don't get
Just
that.
love
And he
to
would have
do
said,
it.
he would have said, "Oh my God, she knows me" when he
Yeah.
saw the cake.
That's right. So I made, you know, I had little piles of chocolate crumb where for the holes that he digs, you know, and it's like over. It's like, oh, this is great.
Did you use those chocolate sticks? Remember our parents used to make it
No.
while building a zoo?
I did it, but
From the
yes,
Women's Weekly?
it was of that ilk. That was the degree to which I made the cake, and everybody was having a great time except for Lewis. Hated it.
Yeah.
Kept running off to the car park. Didn't want any part of it.
It was too much.
It was too much for him. He didn't like it. It was too much straying from his usual routine. It's like
Sheldon
no,
Cooper as
I
well,
don't-
famously, he's a bit Lewis. he would they threw a surprise party for him, and it was too much, so he went and spent it in the bathroom with Penny.
Yes, that was Lewis's version of that. And so I've told everybody at the dog park that as a gift to Lewis today, they're to completely ignore the fact that it's his birthday.
Okay. Yeah.
We
No
have
cake?
to just carry on as normal. No cake.
Okay.
No fuss. No, just everything.
But what about if the rumours have gone out about last year's birthday in the dog world, and they're going, oh, what a loser. And then no one rocks up to his dog birthday party, and then you do one of those things where you talk about no one rocking up to your dog's birthday party, and then everyone gets behind you around the world, Natalie, and then
Oh, I know what you mean.
then all the dogs get together, and then it's the biggest.
That would be his worst nightmare.
I was thinking that it might be the other way because you haven't gone to the effort. Then Lewis is like, he goes back home.
Yeah,
he's
she
like,
hates
what
me.
A bitch.
She hates me.
No, but you can't like be upset
I think
about
if a
birthday
dog's saying
parties
that,
and then
it's-
want a birthday party at the same time.
You can.
Really? Why are you saying? Sean just mouthed me. That's what women do. Sean, don't mouth things at me.
I didn't.
He did.
Maybe.
He mouthed it with his eyes.
It's the same thing. Anyway, happy birthday, Lewis, who's not listening because he's deaf. So
He's on the case. He's on the porch whittling something out of wood.
exactly. He's going to lean into his pensioner era now
Good
too,
on
just
him.
like you,
See you,
Nathan.
Bunnings.
This is the Nathan, Nat and Sean podcast.
Good news though, because Nova is going to be sending somebody to Las Vegas to see Bruno Mars live in concert.
You know it'll be one hell of a show. He will put it on in a big way.
Won't he just?
In a big way from a small man.
I know, tiny.
He's how tall do you think he is?
I reckon he's up to my shoulder.
So what do you think? We'll give me
5'3" or something,
What do you think?
5'4".
Yeah, I'm going with 5'5". But yeah,
so
around
that's
that marker.
ding 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 5'5".
Yeah. So that's he's
5'5".
a touch shorter than me.
So what was Prince?
Prince is a small man too. I'm going to go shorter than that. I'm going to go 5'3" then.
Height. Let's see. Prince was 1.57 meters.
Oh,
What's that in
That's little.
What's that in feet?
A 5'7". Okay, well that's like 5'2", I would have thought.
No, in inches.
Yeah,
Let's have a look.
see what it is.
Let's have a look. That would be shocking, isn't it? What the?
Yeah, Prince is tiny.
That doesn't come out right.
Got around him though. The chicks loved him.
Yeah. Well, he was a very
did love
successful
him.
and very talented man.
I love him.
Yeah, he cut a
I
sway.
can see why chicks would love Bruno Mars. I can't see how chicks would have loved Prince.
I think it was the genius, and he had a lot of money.
No, I
So
get
it was a
that.
good
He
combination.
was wearing their pants.
So you got this little body that you're dealing with.
I know.
You beat him to death.
What's it in inches?
What's that in feet and inches, Ames?
Just waiting for my mic to come on. Prince stood at 5'2", so 5'2",
5'2", yeah.
which is
I'm all over this, aren't I?
157.5 centimetres.
Yeah, he's tiny.
Yeah, that's
Like
little.
Sean, we need to do a competition called McManus Heights.
Yeah.
We bring someone in or something in, and you tell us how tall it is.
He would literally walk into the jockey's room at Ascot and they'd
Yeah.
say, no kids
you're
allowed.
Too little. You have to be
Too
this
small.
high.
Because I've got a talent, right? Sean.
couldn't go on roller
Mine isn't looking
coasters.
at tall things. His mine's seeing if something will fit in something else.
Oh, yeah.
So if a
Yeah,
top will
yeah.
fit on something else, I can see from miles away that they go together.
All right.
Now, if you do want to go to Vegas to see Bruno Mars, you've got to be in it, right? You've got to be in it to win it. Now, you can do that by going to the Nova Player and entering there or online at novafm.com.au.
This is the Nathan, Nat and Sean podcast.
Imagine turning up to your social basketball game
Yes.
in a town called Frankston, which is over in Victoria, and it's
Think Armidale by the Sea is what they is what,
100%.
that's the vibe of Frankston.
Oh, I played with a lot of guys who are from Frankston over the journey, and they are so proud where they're from.
Yeah.
because it's the Bronx. It's the Bronx. by the
Yeah,
sea,
yeah, and they're so
family
proud when they're glassing you.
Yes, that's right. So you turn up to your social basketball game, Division 3 on a Monday night at 9 p.m.
Yeah, you've got your flick
there
knife.
is
Court
the team you're
5.
up against.
Yep. The Vales.
You're the Vales.
You're a player in
You're the
Benny's boys.
Benny's boys, and you look over and you go, hey, that guy's pretty tall, looks pretty athletic. Is that Josh Giddey from the Chicago Bulls?
And then straight away you go, no, we're in
Can't be.
Frankston.
Can't be, no.
We're in Frankston.
Frankston.
I just stole that guy's car. This is happening here.
We're in Frankston on like a Monday night. What is happening?
I'm just saying things about Frankston. I don't know too much about it.
No, you know what? You
No,
feel
you're
like
on
you're
your
so
money.
funny.
My bang on, great.
You're not wrong.
Josh Giddey actually did play in the social basketball game. I think he hit at 41. I think he walked away with 41 points.
And walked
His
away,
team
Sean.
lost.
Walked away, Sean, because someone stole his car.
They lost. Imagine getting Josh Giddey onto your team and losing.
I saw
Benny's boys got the victory. They scored over 100
They
points.
will talk
110,
about
wasn't
that.
it,
Yeah,
now?
110.
I
They'll
saw
talk
one of
about
the,
that forever.
One of the
There's no
guys,
defense played.
One of the guys was interviewed on there, Sean,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
he was saying how he wasn't going to rock up to basketball tonight.
No.
And he goes, and now this is a story that he'll tell his grandchildren.
Yes.
Imagine that, though, because that happens. You're that person who doesn't turn up, and
Yeah.
then the moment
Yes.
You can never
Yeah,
do
you know
that
what?
again.
There was a time that happened with us. So there was all these back in the day with radio. You used to get things, cool things, and there was an event here that Natalie and I didn't go to, but our producer did, and this was right at the back of when Apple was first thing.
So was everything.
And remember Amy and Nat, they got eye touches, like, you know what you call an eye touch. Yeah, so they all got them,
Still do.
and we were, and Amy came back and she was showing all of us, and we're like, everyone got one. She goes, yeah, and we're like, we didn't go, and we were so dark going to an event that they're handing out Apple products.
On this night, though, you got to shout out to the ref. So the
Yes.
ref, he has to umpire Josh Giddey, called him for a carry. He called Josh Giddey for a carry, an NBA player.
I know, Nat, but you would be telling everyone. You would be telling everyone. Yeah.
Not on my court,
Yeah,
mate. Not on my
absolutely.
court.
Travel, mate.
That's
Travel all
just
day. Hey, it's not the NBA anymore, brother. It's international rules. So
funny.
Benny Boy's got the victory. They'll be able to tell people from here and
We beat Josh
forever.
Giddey.
What was he doing there?
He's on a break. They
yeah,
finished
no,
their
yeah,
season.
yeah.
Oh, his mate
Oh, his
plays.
mate's playing.
Yeah.
That's it. Just
Yeah,
it.
Yeah, and he said to his mate, "Can I come down and have a shoot around? I'd love to play with you guys." And they went,
So,
"All right."
you know, are you allowed to do that as a player in that realm?
Well, so that's an interesting thing, Nate, because the first thing I thought, wow, he could get himself injured and then the club's going to go off their head. No, but the NBA players, as soon as they're finished, they're playing in scrimmages all over the place.
Yeah, right.
And one of us, I was listening to, I can't remember who it was now, one of the old-time players, has been around for a long time, might have been Kevin Durant. He said the best thing you can do is go to all pickup games around town because you're going to play against some monsters who are out there just playing street ball.
Because, I mean, if this went badly, I could just imagine
Yes,
coaches
100%,
in the
mate.
US going, oh, my God, Josh Giddey's been injured in basketball. What happened? Someone stole his kidney.
And they go,
Where
where
was he
from?
playing?
Yeah, they go
he's
Franks and they go, oh, okay, I get it.
He's on $13 million a year, but he's about to sign a big contract. So imagine if he got hurt just before he signed that, and it's like, well,
Luke
yeah,
Longley-
he just dropped down.
Luke Longley had a thing in his contract that said he couldn't go body surfing.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I
But
went
they
to
can play.
I went to uni with a guy who played for Hawthorn, and he wasn't allowed to play kick to kick at lunchtime with the other guys.
Really?
His club said he wasn't allowed to, yeah. Just for the
when
risk
I was
of
travelling
injury.
around schools doing jump rope for heart, we were advised not to do triple unders when not performing in
Yeah.
case we
No
can't-
recreational
'cause that was the
skipping.
pinnacle of the thing. I was triple unders, and then
Yeah.
like, if we weren't able to do the triple under, then the schools would have lost interest in our skipping.
I totally understand.
So, yeah.
We want to talk about super subs.
Yeah.
And it might be not necessary in the sporting realm. It might just be going along somewhere and someone brings someone very famous along.
Or
as their partner.
maybe your workplace.
Yes.
Someone hasn't rocked up and the boss has been the receptionist.
Yes, or maybe you went to a
never
quiz
happens.
night and somebody else had the beast on their table.
Oh, yeah.
That would suck.
Yeah, that's a super sub right there.
Vanessa's in Canning Vale. Hi, Ness.
Hi, how you going?
Hi, Ness.
Good. We are talking like super subs. What have you got for us?
Oh, well, back in the day, good old Dinella Heights, in Year 6, inter-school hockey carnival, we got one of the girls' uncles to help us coach, Uncle Richard, and then when we got to the actual inter-school carnival, we smashed them. Like, no one even got past the halfway point.
Wow.
To the point where
Go, Uncle
I'm
Richard.
a half-back and they stuck me on the wing.
Whoa.
So, yeah, Uncle Richard.
Yeah.
And then people were protesting and carrying on. And it wasn't until I got home that I was telling my dad about it, and he said, "What's Richard's last name?" I said, "Oh, Richard Charlesworth." And he went, "What, the Olympic coach?"
Oh, you
He
were
was a
coached by
hard-ass,
an
mate.
Olympic coach and an Olympic
He's
coach.
an unbelievable coach.
So they were protesting saying that was unfair.
He's got all these systems going
You know
on.
what, you know what? Yes, it is unfair, but you can't say anything about it.
No.
Well, Sean, from your experience coaching Year 66, it's not easy, is it?
It's not easy,
And
but-
the
but if-
higher level you are, the harder it would be.
Hey,
I
Vanessa,
imagine.
do you remember back, did he swear a lot?
No, not at
No,
all.
famously
he was
doesn't.
delightful.
Well, that's interesting, isn't it, Sean? Some people get different people, don't they?
He's very...
Well, I put it out to the parents when I was coaching. I said, if you can't handle swear, I don't take the kids until they can handle swearing, and the parents can handle some really curse words.
Yeah.
But I was coached by Richard. Richard came to the Dockers as he
Yes,
looked over our whole system, and he was there for a year or so. Geez, I learned a lot off him.
He
was
is
amazing.
hard line. Like, he was famous for being meticulous about the standards that he expected of his players.
100%, Nat.
Yeah. I mean, it got results.
Yeah.
As it did with the Year 6 at Dinella.
So I mean, that's a real Mighty Ducks moment, isn't it, really? It's like this
Oh, that's
team is
exactly what
just
happened.
amazing, the flying V and all of it. Did you go on to a great hockey future for you? Vanessa?
No, I think we sort of. Well, we went on to go for the Harlequin hockey club, but
Yes.
that was all we amounted
You
to.
peaked in year 6
Yeah,
at
that
Dianella
was
Heights.
pretty much it.
Wow. But it's the pride of Dianella, Sean. I've been learning a lot about Dianella in my area lately, and they still speak about it in the streets. I didn't know the entire story, but now I know it.
Yeah, that's right. Uncle
Thank you.
Richard. When Uncle Rich comes,
Yeah, he's great, actually.
This is the Nathan, Nat, and Sean podcast.
Stay out. Feel the fever this Suncorp Super Netball season and join the Green Army. Get your West Coast Fever tickets at Ticketek now.
West Coast Fever are taking on the Melbourne Mavericks this Saturday at RAC Arena. Normally I host people in my box, but like that social basketball team that got Josh Giddey to sub in, I'm subbing in Sam Trusso to take my place.
Thanks, Nat. Hopefully the Fever don't need a
Super
sub.
sub.
So what are we calling it, Nate? It's not
Going to
Nat's
Sam's
box.
ballroom. Or maybe we lean into Sam's box and we just whack in a wig. You look like a young blossom if you put a wig on her. What do you
Give it a
think?
crack. Yeah.
Yeah.
I say he would give it a go. No problem at all. By the way, as Nat said, she won't be there, but Sam will be. This box includes pre-game hospitality and courtside drinks, and you want to join Sam.
Well, I'm
All right.
going to be talking about clicks, really.
No, we're not. Wrong competition.
Oh, that's the wrong competition.
So what we're going to do here, we've got a dice.
Oh, the
and
dice.
We roll the dice, and there's a question per side of the dice.
Yes.
Now, if we roll the same one twice, we ask the same question.
Yep,
So be
yep.
listening
The
very
same
carefully.
question could come up the entire time.
It's possible. We've asked it 3 times in a row
Yeah.
before, so it's possible.
Righto.
Let's meet our contestants.
They are Michelle and Ali, but we'll start with you, Michelle. Good morning.
Good morning.
Hi, Michelle.
Michelle, are you a netball
Hi.
girl from way back?
I am. I used to play GS. yes.
Oh, shooter,
Oh,
no.
shoot.
Just like Caitlin Bassett.
Did girls back in the day have to take the bibs home to wash them? Did you take turns taking the bibs?
Oh, no. God, no.
I didn't know if it was
in
like
my-
jerseys. Is
you
it?
did
My
footy, yeah.
when I was a junior playing in Esperance, it was you took turns. You'd take the whole lot home, and your mum would do it. And my mum was
Even
the
the
one
bloomers.
who repaired them, not the bloomers,
Okay,
no, just
no.
the bibs.
Okay,
just
right.
the bibs.
No one's passing their undies around.
wash
I
your
will
own
say,
bloomers.
though, we're on orange duty this weekend, the netball, so it's still a part of it. Cutting up the oranges.
Valencia?
What, are they the cheap ones?
Or navels.
Yep. Ali from Rockingham. Hi, Ali.
Hey, how you going?
Fantastic, mate. Did you play netball?
I used to, but only in primary school.
Yeah.
Okay.
What position did you play back in the day?
Goal shooter.
Oh, another goal
Oh.
shooter. All right.
Glory Hunters.
Yes.
right.
No, the goal attacks are the real glory hunters because they switch their ponytails as they run past. Okay, here's what's going to happen. We're going to roll up the dice. Whatever number it lands on, we'll ask that question. You buzz in with your name if you know the answer. If you get it right, you take that point. If not, we will roll again. Let's test your buzzers. Michelle?
Ali. Michelle.
I like it. That's all that way.
Ali's went off.
I think you should buzz in for each other.
Ali?
Ali.
Okay, it's working well.
Ali, that's
Okay.
great.
What number
That's
have we rolled up?
All right. Which country?
It's number 1, by the way. We've rolled number 1.
Which country is famously shaped like a boot?
Michelle.
Michelle?
Italy.
Yes, you're on the board. Okay, we've rolled up number 2.
Number 2 it is. What was the name of the first female Australian Prime Minister?
Ali. Michelle.
Ali?
Julia Gillard.
That's the right.
Yeah.
Michelle, do you want Ali to buzz in with your name?
We've rolled up number 5. Which red-haired Disney princess has a pet fish named Flounder?
Ali.
Ali?
All right, that's okay.
The answer is Ariel.
Ariel.
So no point there. It still stands at 1-1. We've rolled up number 4.
Which movie starred Anne Hathaway as an awkward teen who finds out she's a princess?
Michelle.
I forgot my name.
Michelle?
The Little Princess.
No,
Sorry.
incorrect. We can't take that answer, I'm afraid. No point there. It's still 1-1. We've rolled up number 1.
Here it is. Which country is...
Oh, Michelle.
Michelle.
Italy.
Yes,
Italia.
Michelle.
In
Well
your face,
done.
Ali, said Michelle.
Michelle's 2-1 leads 2-1. We've rolled up number 6. What do the initials VIP stand for?
Michelle. Ali.
Michelle.
Very important person.
Yes,
That's it.
Michelle.
That's it.
Michelle's on the brink of victory.
All right.
We've rolled up number 1.
Which country is famously...
Michelle for the win.
Italy.
That's
Italy.
it. Well done, Michelle. You're going to be joining Sam here on Saturday.
Michelle.
You've won 2 box tickets to watch the West Coast Fever take on the Melbourne Mavericks. Pre-game hospo plus courtside drinks and a cracking game. You enjoy that, Michelle?
Lovely. I will. Look forward to seeing you, Sam.
Yes.
Can't wait. See you on Saturday.
Sam, we're wearing the
See
culottes.
ya.
We're green. Everybody else grab your tickets via Ticketek, but there will be another round tomorrow.
Nathan, Nat, and Sean podcast.
Welcome to the studio, the one and only Jesinta Franklin, who's here to launch the autumn-winter fashion at Claremont Quarter.
I mean, come on, look at you.
I know, you're amazing, Jesinta.
I've been telling you.
Oh my gosh, I can't even get my headphones
No,
on.
they're
right.
tricky,
How
those ones.
embarrassing.
Oh, is that because we're pumping you up? Because we've been discussing it all morning that you'd be starting in real
I
life.
said, there's people that come and do interviews, right, which just make you question yourself as a human, because you're apparently the same breed, and it is that you look so much, you look amazing on TV and stuff, but you're one of those people that even look even better in real life, whereas we will only look our best on TV because there's filters and stuff.
You're a racehorse and we're Shetland ponies.
Yes.
We're saying.
You really are.
Honestly, who's paid you, honestly?
Hey, Jacinta, I want to go. I don't follow football or anything like that, right? So I don't know anything about it. But
Neither, really.
is life so good afterwards? Because I was saying to Sean, when Sean first joined us after the Dockers, he joined us and he had this wall up, and it was about don't share your personal life, and don't let them in, and that was a very old school way of thinking for football as well, wasn't it, Sean? And it's sort of,
Well, you live in a world where people are coming for you.
And then it was really, it was an effort for him to pull that wall down and let us into his life, because your natural reaction is not to.
Yeah.
How does it feel being on the other side? And do you let the wall down, or what's the deal? Is it?
Well, I think for Buddy's like naturally a private person anyway.
Yeah.
So he, even like in his private life, he's a private person. So sometimes I'm like, Bud, you can tell me I'm your wife.
Yes.
I'm not the media.
I'm in for the long haul.
But yeah, even like that's just him like.
What if he tells you only one thing that you know and there's a leak? Here's what the leak is.
Exactly.
Testing me. No, but life post-footy has been really nice. I mean, when we had kids, I really struggled with the balance between like footy and personal life, because, you know, the kids need so much of your time and energy, and football needed so much of Bud's time and energy. And, you know, he is such a great dad, but he had to give so much to footy. So now that he's done, he's with his kids all the time.
And I was speaking to Jordan Clark earlier on off air about his partner, and I said, you know, what's it like for her knowing that she has to step into the role of a wag, because that comes with its own pressure.
Yeah. Well, it does and it doesn't. I mean, I probably was the world's worst wag, because I was. I don't even think I went to we went to the Brownlow once.
but also
all the things I was meant to do as a wag, I didn't do. I never went to the
you were already you're above wags. Like, you know, you're Miss Australia. Come on. And so for the other wags, it was probably a relief you weren't there, to be honest. Do you know what I mean?
I honestly was just the worst wag. I just wasn't like, I loved watching Bud, but I wasn't really into footy, if that makes sense.
No, I know
totally
exactly what you mean.
Well, you're originally from the Gold Coast, so that's not in your
from the
hood.
Goldie. I didn't grow up with it, and I remember even in Sydney a few times, like we'd run into I remember we ran into this guy on the street with his dog, and, you know, we were having a chat, and we walked away, and I said to Bud, "Oh, how do you know him?" He goes, "Babe,
I don't.
I play with him." No,
Oh, you do? Oh, okay, right.
He was a teammate, and I was like, he's like, "Do you pay any attention?" I was like, "Oh,
Jacinta, we were at what grand final was it, Sean?
The Eagles 2018.
Good one.
Where are the Eagles grand final?
No, it's 2015.
2015, we're at the grand final, right? So everyone's watching, everyone's so, oh my God, we're at the grand final. I could care less. And I'm sitting in a coveted chair where anyone would give their right arm to be at, playing Angry Birds. Not even looking up at the game.
I love the champagne at the games. It was very tasty.
Jacinta, I just want to ask you this question because I thought about it a lot, but and I won't ask another Bud question. But when he kicked his 1,000th goal, I remember seeing that and thinking, what a moment for your family.
Yeah.
And I was a lot of people were kind of worried that the mass of people just went onto the ground, but it was such in a positive sense. And Bud,
it was
for
a
private person,
Yeah.
he let it happen.
Yeah.
How was that for you and the emotions that went through you?
Yeah, well, it felt like there was quite a build-up to it. We'd obviously had a lot of meetings, like not only with the club, but the SCG and the AFL in the lead-up to it about security security and how it was going to be managed. And then I think it happened in round 3, is that right? And so we had like a couple of rounds where it didn't happen. So the anticipation was there. And so it was a big moment, but I felt so safe knowing how much planning had gone in. However, when he went to kick that 1,000th goal, we'd been in all these security briefings, and then I was looking at the security guards and they did nothing.
No, everything went out the window.
That was watching it going, it's amazing.
They're like clapping.
He's in a headlock. So, were you annoyed that, could you say you thought it could have been a few games? Did you have to go to each one of those games and it was annoying?
Yes, and drag the kids along and fly all the family
hurry up and kick it?
and do all the things.
And I mean, there's a risk that he was going to do it at an away game as well.
Yes, and I think the pressure was on for that SCG, the game at the SCG. He really wanted to do it there. But I also think because he'd done the 100 goals in a season with Hawthorn, he kind of knew what was coming as well, because it is really intense in there. He said it gets really, really hot, so the temp goes up because of all the bodies, and the pressure of all the bodies coming from the outside is quite crushing.
And they're coming fast.
But we've never seen we haven't seen anything like it for a long, long time. And I actually played in the game when Tony Lockett kicked it. 1,000 goal. There wasn't that many people. But this was a whole stadium that erupted.
Thousands.
And who were there for that. They were there for that.
It was very euphoric, and like you said, it was such a positive, joyful atmosphere. It was very euphoric, and it could have gone so bad so quickly. But it didn't. So
could have been. No, honestly, it's amazing.
Now there's an event tomorrow night,
there is,
where people can come along, and there's an in conversation with you, and we're talking fashion, autumn, winter.
It's going to be a great event. So it's called the CQ Front Row. So there's a fashion show, there's an in conversation panel with myself, Elliot Garno, who's a stylist who I work with, and Michael Brown, who's a local Perth boy who's been doing my makeup for I think 12 or 14 years now.
Wow.
So we'll be on stage sharing all of our tips and tricks, and it'd be great to get everyone to come on down.
So I want to know about fashion, right?
Yes.
Can you personally forecast what you think is going to be big? That's how much you know about it so much now?
No, I'm not that good.
No, you're not that good? Not that good?
But
someone's got to start it.
But what you start to see is so at the moment, Western core is a massive trend. And when we saw Beyonce release Texas Hold'em, you knew that was coming in fashion because...
So wear cowboy boots.
Yeah, cowboy boots.
And the last time that came around would have been Madonna's Hung Up.
Yes. And that's what happens with fashion as well. It all comes back around in a big circle.
And we tend to follow the Northern Hemisphere, so we're one season behind. So we kind of get an idea of where we're headed.
Perth, so we're 12 behind.
From what they're doing. It's all about maroon and burgundy this season.
Yeah,
well, everywhere.
It's autumn, winter, so you think about those beautiful silhouettes, lots of tailoring, leather. You think about all those deep colours as well, like burgundy. Burgundy is always a beautiful colour, I think, for autumn, winter.
Unless it played a role in your life, because that to us is the Catholic school's colour.
Yeah,
so that will always be John Paul College's colour.
St Mary's.
That was ours.
So you avoid it?
It was like, we're in the public school, they were private school. Right?
It's very hot.
Jacinta, what do you get? You look amazing. We've all talked about it. So you got to be thoughtful of what you're wearing out to.
Oh, you can't look like trash.
Do you ever go to sweats and...
Oh my God, every day that I'm not working, I do not look like this. I don't wear makeup. I wear whatever is comfortable.
I've seen that version. I've seen when you've been packed in that version, you look fantastic. So shut your mouth.
Absolutely not.
I mean, it's all your idea of sweats is Age Athletica, right? It's not...
Well, yes, I do love Age. They do a great activewear range. But no, I do love comfort in even today. I've got a pair of black pants on, a loafer, this Victoria Woods bomber. It's comfortable. And I always think it's kind of like my fashion is my alter ego. So when I'm at work, I'm so far away from being a mum. This would be smeared with avocado right now if I was around.
No, it would wipe off. It's the perfect thing for that.
But how many bombers would you have? So you have that bomber, right? So what that bomber is by?
There's Victorian Woods.
Okay, so bombers could be in, right? So you wouldn't just have one bomber. So in your wardrobe, say if bombers are in for a season, then you'd have maybe 3, 4 bombers?
Well, I actually have a very small curated wardrobe. That's how I like to shop. So things that are timeless.
Can you do mine?
Something, I'm not sure if I'm very good at it, but I know someone who is, Elliot Garno. He's a great stylist. He'll be there tomorrow night. But yeah, I just try to buy things that are classics. So when trends come, they obviously go, but you can find the classics within the trends. Like I always think the Canadian tuxedo is always a trend that comes back. Look
So
at
that's
Justin
denim on
and
denim.
Ruby.
Yeah. Yes.
Denim on denim. Like it always comes back around. So always having a great denim jacket, always having a great pair of denim jeans and things that you can wear over and over, and then kind of splicing in those, I don't know, trend pieces. Like the Western core, it might be like a jacket, a suede jacket or some fringing or some cowboy boots. So yeah, I keep my wardrobe very, very simple.
Sean, because I thought most people, when they find something they like, they buy one in every colour and then they buy spare just in case.
I've got to say though, I'm not far from it every now and then, but you're extreme.
Now I buy a reserve just in case.
For the reserve.
But that's good. If you like something, I always say this, like trends are trends, right? But if you don't like it or if you don't feel comfortable or confident in it, don't buy it and don't wear it. Like there's no point in just wearing something for the sake of it. Like ultimately, I think when I see someone who looks really good or stylish, it's usually because they're so confident within themselves and they're wearing something that it just feels authentic and genuine, and that could be the most out there wacky thing or the most simple thing. So I think like I said, trends come and go, but finding things that you really feel good in.
Some people put things on, you've got to wear them.
I know.
There you go.
Yes. Don't let the clothes wear you, you wear them.
Jacinta, I'm turning back the clock for a second. In 2010, when you were Miss Universe and competing, do you ever think, do you think the people who beat you, what do you think of there was a girl who beat you?
Where are they now? Where are they now?
And secondly, were they just amazing? Did you?
In Miss Universe?
Yes.
When I landed in Vegas for Miss Universe, honestly, I got off the plane and I remember arriving, I can't remember where we were staying, at one of the hotels in Vegas, and I looked at all of the girls and I called Mum and I was like,
I'm coming home.
Yeah, I do not belong here. I do not belong here. And it was at that moment Mum was like, you know what, we'll just have fun. There's no pressure on you. Like a lot of these girls, come from really poor countries and poor backgrounds, and that's almost like their ticket out of there, and there's a lot riding on it. There's a lot of pressure from their country and family, and Mum was like, just have fun, and that's what I did. I'm actually not, I think Hermina, her name was Hermina, she was from Mexico. She was the winner, and then I can't remember her name. Yendi was Miss Jamaica, so they were first and second and I was third.
Had Miss Congeniality been released yet?
You won it.
No, so I won.
No, I meant the movie.
Oh, the movie.
The movie.
Yes, I'm not that old, baby.
No, I can't remember the time of Miss Congeniality. So do you guys did you have it in your mind?
So well, I didn't really know that it was a thing, a part of the competition, and then when I won it, I was like, you know what, that is actually the only award that I want to win because it was voted by all of the girls. So I was like, that's nice. I was obviously fun to be around, and but it was, I don't know what those girls are up to, but usually they go on to have amazing careers. Like they become actresses and like superstars in their country. So it really is a platform. People give it a lot of flack, but I'm always so grateful for it, even though it's embarrassing looking back on some of those photos. I'm so grateful for that platform.
And at that stage, it's not talents, is it? You don't do talent.
No, gosh, imagine me.
What would you have done? What would you have done?
Gosh, who knows? What would I have done?
You know the stick juggling girls. The band stick juggling girls. Is that?
I honestly don't have any talent.
I mean, like we had Sandra Bullock. She had showed everyone how to attack somebody.
I can't sing. I can't dance. I can't. There's a lot of things that I can't do. So I'm very lucky there wasn't.
But you wear fashion. You could just go there and put some pants on someone. Their legs go in here.
Well, thank you so much for stopping by today.
Thank you so much
beautiful
for
meeting you. If you want to see her up close, everybody, CQ front row tomorrow at Claremont Quarter from 6 to 9 p.m. It's going to be quite the event. Check out claremontquarter.com.au for all of the details on what's happening. It's going to be brilliant. You're a joy to meet. Thank you for coming in.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Nice.
Thank you. I love Perth, so thanks for having me.
And Perth loves you. Here's the keys.
This is the Nathan, Nat and Sean podcast.
You want to see this? It's the Perth debut of La Clique. It's on from this Thursday, so that's tomorrow at Crown Perth. We're playing a game of Who's in La Clique right now. This will give you the chance to score a double pass and $300 to spend at Crown.
All right, who's in La Clique? Ready?
Yeah.
Jordan, Caitlin, Jeremy, Sean.
Nova.
Done, Sean.
Exactly.
See, that's how it's done.
The Nova breakfast.
Yes.
Karen and Emma are going to face off this morning. We'll start with you, Karen. Good morning.
Good morning, guys. How are
have
we?
you, Karen? Bloody good, mate. Who's your new clique, Karen? Who's the girls? Who's the girls?
Who's the girls? Oh, look, there's a few. I've got to say my sister because she helps out so much.
Yes,
so
lovely.
she's at the top.
Yeah.
She's at the top of the list.
Yep. And who's next that's not related to you?
Then we'd have Loretta. We've got Maria. We've got Diana.
Do they all end with an A?
Whole pile of menopausal women.
Beautiful.
That's great.
Imagine, that's called a rage. Karen, you're up against Emma from Warnbro. Hi, Emma.
Very good.
Hi, how are you going?
Hi,
Emma, who's in your little clique?
Probably my boss.
Your boss?
Oh, that's interesting. So your boss is your friend?
Yeah.
Wow. So were you friends first or boss employees first? What was it?
We were, I was employee first and now friends.
Yeah, your buddy.
Our boss is in our clique.
Yeah.
No, David's in our clique.
Yeah, that's for sure. All right, here's what's going to happen. We're going to start reading out names. You just have to tell us the clique that they all belong to. They could be from characters from a TV show or a movie. It could be members of a team, all sorts of things. Could be a musical act.
Could be something from the news.
Yes. So if you think you know who the clique is, you need to buzz in with your name. If you get it right, you take the point for that round. You get it wrong, we're going to give your opponent a tilt at it. It is the best of 5. Let's test your buzzers. Karen?
Karen?
Emma? They're working
Lovely.
well. All right.
Let's get clicky with it. Troy. Gabriella. Sharpay.
Emma. High School Musical.
Yes.
Not if my life depended on it, I don't think.
I think the Sharpay
Sharpay would have got me, and I would go, what was that? That is something.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have got it.
Yeah, Emma leads 1-0. Next click.
Click number 2. Mel, Emma, Jerry, and Victoria. Jerry and Victoria.
And Emma.
Each Mel has a last name.
Yeah.
Karen?
Yes, Karen?
Is it Spice Girls?
Yes,
it is.
it is.
Come on.
Oh, Ziggy Ziggar.
It's tied up at 1-1. We have a match, everybody.
Karen, well done.
Oh, everyone. High five.
Okay. Click number 3. This is hard, I think, this one.
This is hard.
Andrew, Claire, Bender, Brian, and Alison.
I can give a clue if we need one.
Let's give a clue, Nath.
This is my interpretation of a line from the movie in which one of the characters speaks about one of the other characters' names. Claire is a fat girl's name. It's not, by the way.
For all the Claires out there.
And it was something to do
No.
Karen?
with the tension.
Karen?
What?
Karen?
Is it the Breakfast Club?
Yes,
The Breakfast
Karen,
Club.
it is the
We're gonna pay
Breakfast
it.
Club.
Gonna pay it.
We'll pay it. Well done.
Claire's a fat girl.
Karen's loving it.
That's a
Well done,
good one.
Karen.
All right, Karen leads 2-1. She's on the brink of victory. One more, Karen wins.
No one will get this one. All right, here we go. Harry, Niall,
Emma. Karen.
Emma.
One Direction.
Yeah.
One D.
Emma.
One D.
Well
All right.
done, Emma.
Okay.
Oh, girls.
Next one, you girls are playing very nicely.
Yeah.
The next one wins. It's tied up at 2-2.
We're here. We're
Okay.
here.
Sean?
Okay.
Yeah, do it. Yeah.
That one?
Yeah, why not?
Okay. Bob, Stuart, Kevin, and Carl.
Would they like a
tough.
clue? Would they like a clue?
Give us a clue.
Emma.
Oh,
Emma?
Yes.
Minions.
Yes,
Oh, you did it, Emma. It is the Minions. Emma, you've won a double pass to see La Clique at Crown Perth and a $300 Crown voucher to really make a night of it. Well played.
Thank you so much.
Well done.
Karen.
Emma.
Great
Hey,
match.
Karen, you put in a good performance.
Yeah.
I
Karen.
like that.
I didn't do too bad.
Yeah.
did I?
You didn't.
That
You
was
didn't
girl
embarrass
power.
yourself.
I felt that in my womb.
That was a great match. We're going to do it again tomorrow.
This is the Nathan, Nat, and Sean podcast.
Well, speaking of closer, it's no closer to us getting over the bridge, Nat, when we're going home from
build a bridge,
Subiaco
Sean.
down to East Fremantle. We need to build a bridge
Yeah.
and get over it, Nate.
No, but getting over it.
Rita Saffioti was on the news last night. We've been talking about it for quite some
Because,
time.
of course, the construction's already started. So that what it is if you live in the Fremantle area, you've got two choices to get across the river. You can either go across Stirling Bridge, which is the new one, or across the old Traffic Bridge, which is the old one, obviously, hence in the name. And they're replacing the old Traffic Bridge. And they've been doing some works on it at the moment where there's like one lane closed and that kind of thing. But technically, you can still drive across it. That was the noise that I was complaining about a few weeks ago with the constant clanging literally all day. That stops now, but they're getting into the next phase where shortly they're going to have to close that whole bridge completely, and that's going to cause some traffic mayhem.
Now, at the moment, Nath, coming from even in the afternoon when you're heading home for us, it is nightmare getting over Stirling Bridge. Yes. That's at the moment, and that bridge is still operational. So they're going to shut it down very shortly. And they're saying to get from North Fremantle to South Fremantle, instead of taking 5 minutes, it'll be 27. That's if they don't, which they're going to do. They're going to buses and trains and stuff like that. But think about that, just over a bloody bridge.
For a year.
I know.
A year this is going on. At least.
You are sort of to blame yourselves because you guys wanted the bridge to be aligned with the existing bridge because you wanted that design. It's going to take a little bit longer. So I
didn't vote on it.
No.
So
they didn't knock out
the
our
bridge.
doors and ask us.
It's how you wanted the bridge, and that's how you wanted the bridge. If not, the bridge would have been done in 2 weeks. So it's going to be a rope ladder. It's going to be one of those rope ladder bridges and one of those high tree trustful things we go with companies, and that was going to be rickety little cars over the wooden. But no, you guys wanted a bridge that aligns with the thing over. And it looks like the other bridge.
Spare thought for the people that live right next to that, in that little enclave of North Fremantle. First of all, they've had to endure that noise. But now, if they need to go to Fremantle, they've either got to get themselves a dinghy and go across that way.
The only way you can do it.
Or they would then have to go around and then cross Stirling Bridge with all of the traffic where they're not even going to be able to be let into the traffic.
No,
I do understand your frustration. There'll be people who are angry about it, right? People will be angry about it now, and it hasn't happened yet because they know it's how it's going to affect their lives. Even though you've got a fair while to plan for it. But whenever anything happens with the tunnel, you see it. When they say the tunnel's turned down, that is a personal insult to me.
They only do that at night,
Oh, it enrages me. And then they usually go, okay, it'll be finished by 5 a.m. this morning. Next morning, I'm driving through before that. And that's what enrages
permanently
me.
Closed for a year.
No.
It was
for a fair while.
The thing that's going to get me out of all this, and everybody knows this feeling, is when you know something's happened, right? And so the bridge is going to be closed, and just by reflex, you start driving down that, and you go, oh my, and you can't turn around.
And also, just like idiots stick out so much more in these traffic scenarios than they normally do.
Yeah. And I'm now rethinking, I have, my eyebrow place is in Cottesloe. So if I have to, and normally it takes 12 minutes to get from my house there. Now, I'm not going to waste all the time. I'm going to have to really
don't we have the Tony Gallardi party coming up?
Exactly.
You'll be fine.
Or I'm going to have to, ride my bike or something, or take the train, ride into Fremantle and take the train.
I think you're going to have to
they're the options you're going to have to
like different things of, transportation all on the same trip, a bike and then a thing and then a... No.
Planes, trains, automobiles.
Come on. This isn't bloody Olympics.
No, but if they're talking about it adding an hour to your journey.
Well, then again, you know what? You all live in Fremantle, so it's sucked in. It's a nice place to live.
Nathan, Nat, and Sean podcast.
Time for us to get out of here.
Yeah. We've got Sunday Ariong joining us tomorrow, which is going to be great.
Last time you gave her a hard time about whether she was playing or not. You were really putting her under the pump, and I thought she was being cagey because she wasn't playing because she was coming off an injury, Nathan.
Yeah.
But
she played
and she played really well.
I love her and her sister.
Yeah, so Ruth has snapped her Achilles heel. She's out for the Achilles tendon.
Turns out it was her Achilles heel.
Yeah, she's out for the rest of the season.
Her Achilles heel is her Achilles heel. You would never think of it.
No, unexpected.
Lovely.
Hello, Ross.
Well done, Sean. Hello.
Hi, Rossi.
Also, well done to you, Nath, because I haven't heard a DIY or tool story from you in a day, which is...
Well...
Don't know, there's not a setup for you to start one.
No, well, I could say something.
He just took a big breath in.
He's got a story.
I may have been somewhere last night. I may have been somewhere last night. I may have been in an aisle somewhere last night, and then someone may have walked up to me in that aisle, a chef that I've seen there several times, and now we're friends. And he asked how my projects were going, and I said, great, how are yours going? You're talking about his because he's doing his yard, and we're having a bit of a laugh. And then I said to him, I really appreciate you asking me. So why? So I'm surrounded by people that couldn't give an F about what I'm doing at the moment. I said, so it's really refreshing. Thank you so much.
Yeah. All right.
Thanks for bringing it up, Ross.
Yeah, sorry about that.
I didn't say it. I was just somewhere.
Nathan, Nat and Sean is a Nova podcast. For more great comedy shows like this, head to novapodcasts.com.au. Nova.